Hi folks, it's Bob Norla with Gulf Point Properties, and happy Friday to you all. Another month has come and passed. The latest market report is out for September, and before I go over some of the numbers that I want to highlight with you, obviously I'd like to mention a few things about the big storm that you're all aware, I'm sure, just came through our town, Hurricane Irma. As for someone that I was here in my house, boarded up with my wife and 4-year-old and 6-year-old, boys were unfazed. I seem to be unfazed. The wife, that was another story, but obviously it was a very large storm. They say it was a 100-year storm, and hopefully we don't see another one for another 100 years. But some, high-level observations that I noticed. First, I know a lot more of my neighbors now than I did, helping 5 different houses in my development alone, in my little neighborhood, putting up their storm shutters, older couples, single women, families that just didn't have tall ladders. And so, the camaraderie, and now I know my neighbors better, and the fact that we all, came together, not only in my community, but all over entire Collier and Lee County. Something pretty special to see. So that's, when all the divisive stuff that's going on in the media out there, it was really good to know that, true humanity is still there, and that was certainly a plus. The other major observation is the fact that, yes, we got the eye of the storm came right over my house, but when it was all said and done, there was not very much structural damage throughout Collier, Lee, and even into, some, as it traveled north as well, Irma. The building codes work. As doing construction, it's always a pain to go through them, but overall there seemed to be a lot of trees, bushes, certainly some flooding in areas, and of course that's unavoidable when you get that much rain. But the overall structural damage from the winds was very minimal. So that was good to see, to know that we have category 2, a weak category 3 that came through, and everything was still left standing. So remember that when you're buying down here, it is still safe. And again, these storms we don't get very often, but it's nice to know that we're up for the task, and the efforts are still ongoing. There's still cleanup going on, but all in all, most things are back to normal a couple weeks after the storm. As for the market report for September, again, just going over single-family home prices for both Lee and Collier. We'll start with Lee, which is Cape Coral, Lehigh Acres, Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, and Estero. I did want to throw in the pending condo sales are up 20% compared to August of 2016 compared to this last August. So that's a big spike. In Collier County, they're up 18%. So that's also a pretty large spike. The single-family home sales are up slightly, 1.5%. The median price is still on the rise, so that the equity in these homes is continuing to grow over the past several months. So that is certainly a positive sign for our market. The median price in Lee County is $240,000. The thing that we noticed last month, the amount of time it's taking to get under contract is up again 21%. So it takes 69 days just to get under contract, and then it's taken almost up to 110, 121 days to actually close. So if you're thinking about selling, know that it potentially can take a little bit longer time in order to get that job done. Amount of new listings is also down 6.8%, and the supply is continuing to diminish as well. It's down to just under 4.5 months. So that really means that there's not that much inventory out there, and the lower the inventory certainly favors the seller, as you can see in the increase in price, because buyers that want to be here don't have the option of a lot of competition, so they're forced to sell for or buy at that list price. Over in Collier County, single-family home sales are up 6.2%, so that's still continuing to rise. Again, the value in the median price is up 12% compared to last August to $436,000 for a single-family home. That is a good sign. Similar in the time to contract, not nearly the jump as Lee County, but it is taken almost 97 days just to get under contract. So certainly an extended period of time there. The amount of new listings though is continuing to rise, so that is good. It's meaning that the inventory levels, although they're down 6% compared to the year before, the overall number is continuing to rise as these pending, even pending in July and August and now again in September, is showing that rise. So you're at 7.1% or 7.1 months of supply, so it's still slightly favoring the buyer, but there was a time not long ago where that was double digits. It was 10 months, 10 plus months. So that's starting to level off, and that just leads us into a positive season upcoming here. And all in all, the numbers are good. If you're selling, that number for the median price is continuing to grow. And if you're buying, the inventory levels will continue to level themselves out. All in all, if you have any questions on either home evaluation, if you're thinking of selling in the area, or if any particular neighborhood or home that I send you, you're interested and have questions on, you obviously know how to get in touch with me. I'm here to answer any questions. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next month.